Well, here we are, game number 5. Zeka is looking for his 10th, as you mentioned. Hamalife, they select the blue side, not a surprise.
Into what Gen.G have, like very short range comp, a lot of melee champions.
A lot of setup.
Really good.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, if Rakan gets a big charm, easy setup for a big sleep.
There's not a lot of options left that are in his wheelhouse.
I mean, it could even be something like Veigar, you know, zoning the melee.
It's Jace mid, and Gnar into the top lane to deal with the Aatrox.
Bit of
so
a
the swap
curveball.
comes through, and it's Zeus's Gnar.
You know, pretty well. Like, if I'm gonna pick something for Zeus to dump into the matchup.
You saw him saying it there. He was saying Zoe, and we're gonna get a Zoe in this game.
No, I feel like I don't want to derail your point, Ox.
No, go ahead,
it was
go
a
ahead.
Good one, but
He will actually stay. And Zeus is about a mega. This is risky.
This is very risky for me.
I mean, still tower ramp damage.
He's gonna flash away, and Peanut's taking the turret damage.
This might just be a shoe-in. This Canyon does not have level 6.
Taking him on a
danger.
poke, and now Chovy the same. He's gonna get the sleep off, but he's not in a great spot here. Knows that Zeka's cooldowns are down for now, trying to bait him in. Flashes at the very last moment, but you're not really giving your team any favors here as Canyon trying to fake go in with the clone. Might just be able to steal this one away, and yes, he will, as he even flashes out of here. So Gen.G living for now as the bowling ball going to land asleep here on the top side against Zeka, as they're barely going to try to survive, but it doesn't look like Canyon is getting out of this one alive. Should be first blood over to Hamalife Esports after Canyon steals the dragon, and they will give that kill over to Viper.
When Canyon went in that pit, he knew he wasn't getting out. He knew that he was sacrificing himself. He put his hand up, and I think he was happy to get the dragon secure for that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, this is really high value here for Gen.G.
All right, well,
Peanut's looking for something topside.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. Might be able to get the sleep in on a ruler, but the wave is already being cleared. Do they care about it as the Braum trying to zone them away, and that's going to be a kill on the Rakan already. Another flash comes out from Peanut, but at least Viper gets the kill, but not a very pretty dive at that. Zeka down a level here, just bullying Chovy.
If you're a Gen.G fan, they have Pryo on the streak right now. Chovy coming over.
Yeah, TP. Keen could be in a precarious spot.
Gonna throw in the sleep, actually, and that time Duro is able to keep Ruler safe, but not for long as the turn comes in. But now the counter engage and Viper just dies. He was 1 second away from his ult, didn't have it in the fight, and now the damage is coming through here for Gen.G as Chovy nearly gonna miss Zeus there, but he's still on the chase, and this is what the Zoe does. Trying to follow up and get even more. We're zooming in on him. He's got the Battlestar looking for it.
Sums and ults are being banned a lot. It makes it so much harder for like a Xayah to function when they're always just on cooldown.
I like this from Keen, trying to bait him into the fight, trying to give him a false sense of security here on the Mega Gnar. Trying to avoid the Gnar into the wall is Canyon, doing a ton of damage here already as now the Gnar comes out, but might be too little too late as well.
Kill back anyway. Sure, some assist goal goes over as Chovy.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is what I was talking about on the counter push as Zoe. It's so hard. You can be in so much trouble if you get over aggressive, and now they're looking for more. Duro just barely, okay, he's gonna get charmed up, and I think they've got the damage here with the Jace. And there you go, very nice juggling of the aggro as here comes Ruler.
On to Peanut and Zeka, now Ruler looking for Viper.
Yeah, looking for it here. They're gonna get the Feather Storm out. Canyon
To grab Dragon. This might be Gen.G's last real even team fight they get. Canyon has flash and ult, and I think he has to be a hero here if they're gonna commit.
Yep. Mega Gnar coming through. And it's a straight up 5v5. There's the Mega Gnar. And Keen looking for the flank. And it's just going to go to a flip. It goes to Canyon. But let's take a look at this fight. As Canyon taking a bunch of damage. But Pino went way too deep. Not able to quite get the sleep off. As now Keen taxing Zeus out of this fight. Hamalife in a bunch of trouble. As now they have nowhere to go. The sleep comes down on a Viper. And the chase potential of this comp shines. They take out the Xayah. As now Canyon looking for a bit more. Keen as well. Here with Duro. And they might just be able to do it. Zeka trying to play bodyguard, but he might be punished himself. Has to flash out. And every champ, every champ loves it on the side of Gen.G. And now we got Viper just trying to do a red buff, and he's going to be punished. And Zeus comes in here. Hamalife falling apart, and Gen.G playing guerrilla warfare. Hamalife don't quite have the answer. Oh, that was a very key matchup in this series.
They're playing around this wave so well.
Okay, Zeus going to be pulled back here. Kind of awkward for him. position on this objective. Enduro getting pretty low himself. Zeus gets over the wall, but that's not Meganar as they turn immediately on Zeus. He's getting burst down, but down will go Canyon immediately, and the spike goes to HLE as it's a broken up fight here for Gen G. Two people go into the back line, and one of them immediately gets burst down. Just going way too deep to try to catch people out. Chovy looking for the follow-up picks. Maybe he's able to catch Zeus here, but no, Zeus is going to walk out. And the Braum not able to catch him either. He is going to try to flash, though, and in goes Ruler, and finally does take him down. Gen G at least get the Gnar on the back of that.
Yeah, HLE with the Dragon, definitely big they were able to secure that one, but a 1-for-1 at the end of things. That being said, Zeus is down for a long time without TP.
So he's going to TP over, and it's just going to come down to this. The sleep not going to hit anyone. And teams all day have been throwing on the Otacon. Is it going to happen again? As they zone Zeus away, he doesn't have the Mega just yet. He really wants it, but the reset comes through on the Otacon. Canyon not the best target to hit with that one. But better than nothing, I suppose, and it's just going to come down to this one. Goes over to the Wukong, and Delight goes in, but nobody follows up as the Braum gets the disengage through. Peanut getting no value on this Lilia. They're just trying to abandon Sip, but Gen G have other ideas. They catch up to the Gnar, and that'll be the first pick on top of the Otacon that they just got, and they're looking for more. Delight looks like he will be able to hop away, but now Gen G have their sights set on this Baron. Oh, you're going to look for Delight here. Canyon going in, I feel like maybe just turn on the objective.
Yeah, and he's going to need some time here. Jace Poke needs to keep landing.
I mean, this might just turn into a flip. Chovy's going to go in and do a bunch of damage, and now the culling comes through. Viper is just kind of out of the fight. Even the Ignite from the Zoe is enough. It goes over to Peanut, but now the fight comes through, and Peanut barely survives.
He still has his ult.
Keen once more. Kind of corralling them here. The engage from the Aatrox, not the best, but it's going to keep them around. And now Ruler gets an opportunity to get in, and that'll be the end of Zeka as he gives his life, but so does Viper. And now, one by one, they are falling. And Gen G pick up 3.
I think with 3 down, that's enough to head over to the Baron. They'll leave Keen in the bot lane pushing, and he can TP over if they really need him, or if that hit in.
Zeus is really playing.
And if it's 5 against 2, they definitely can't. Zeka is 10 seconds away. This is just going to be gone.
And Peanut, I don't think an ult is going to change anything here. If he goes for it, it will be.
Oh, Delight's TPing, actually.
Yeah, we got TP coming through, but that's the sleep immediately onto him. Peanut TP. Peanut doesn't have his flash. He can't get in. It's Barrett over to Gen G, as we assumed. But now a second TP comes in, and a second sleep from the Zoe. And you're not really finding very much value. They need to get something home alive here. But we're going over the wall, and even Chovy's looking for more. Just taxing them out with some extra damage.
I think he's the major threat right now in this game, and HLE are really struggling with how to deal with him.
Yeah, there were only really 2 targets for the Jace, and now there's 0. Viper taking a huge amount of damage, and we talked about Poke all game long with the Zoe and the Jace, but and you've got the Zoe fully unlocked. I don't really see an angle here for Hama.
They need a mistake. They need someone from Gen G to step up too far. They need a snap engage, I feel, or like a
flash 4-man Gnar, you know, something like that. A miracle is what they need.
Yeah, they're looking for something. They're trying to connect. They're trying to find an angle. You can see them running at Duro and Ruler.
And you see that Gen G, all they got to do is respect. As in goes the Mega Gnar, Zeus gets interrupted, and the damage comes through. The engage is not snap, and it doesn't do much of anything. The sleep only hits the Wukong, and maybe they get it as a consolation prize. Canyon goes in, keeps them around.
They're so split here. Zeus is incredibly low. Viper the target.
Okay, they're going in onto a Xayah with Cleanse. Not sure about this target, Gen G, and take a look at Ruler.
He's just ending the game.
He's just running at the base. Nobody's able to stop this from happening. And Ruler might just get it done. He's got Chovy over here, and Ruler just able to turn and take the fight. He is so fed. And there's nothing that Mini Gnar can do about it. There's nothing that Peanut can do about it. As Gen G more than 10,000 gold ahead, they take down the turrets. But the health bars are pretty low.
Ekka's back, and I think they're really judging this very carefully.
Ruler's healing up.
They got the BT, and yeah, the Mega Gnar is just going to be zoned away. The Sonya's picked up by Chovy. Ruler trying to chip away at the Nexus, might just be able to do it right here, right now, and it looks like they have done it. Delight can't get it done, and with a smile on his face, Gen G, Chovy will be your first seed, moving on to MSI tonight.
Gen.G will complete the reverse sweep. 3 times in a row they went to Game 5 against HLE and they were denied. But this time they go 2-0 down and they're able to claw back and take that ticket. They will be representing HLE. They will be representing LCK, sorry, at MSI.
And what a series it was. Momentum was theirs, and they absolutely ran with it in those final games. A really risky, but if
Definitely showing that they are favorites for MSI.
Now, even though this isn't the LCK, the streak isn't broken, right? Like, Gen.G continue that momentum and prove that they can do it in best of 5s as well. This is the first time they'll beat Hanwha Life in a best of 5 this year. And it also breaks Zeka's 9 BO5 winning streak. Will not get a 10 double-digit streak. As we watch these final moments here. Pulling out the Jace, no flash.
I need to heal. This is a very tense moment because if they mess this up, you never know what's going to happen, right?
And for a moment, it kind of felt like maybe there was a chance for Hanwha to defend this and keep the game going, but then you see moments like Chovy's perfect Zhonya's there where it's like, there is no chance, there is no angle, not against this team. And the celebrations are warranted.
That's what it feels like.